Now look, I know y'all like Your Name, A Silent Voice, all that emotional stuff, but let me remind you of one of those gems that people just don't talk about enough. Sword of the Stranger. I remember my first time watching this movie years ago because Giga mentioned it in a video and I was too hyped. I cannot lie. We start in Sengoku era Japan, a time with tons of conflict and division. And these are our three essential characters: No Name Samurai, Tobimaru the dog, and Kotaru the boy. But let me pause on them for a second because I want to give you context to the overarching story. These soldiers who were introduced at the beginning of the movie are actually from China, and they've been sent by the emperor to seek out a medicine that will grant him eternal life. It's kind of funny hearing them speak Chinese because I swear it always sounds like the sentence is never complete. No racial. Also, I just want y'all to take a look at what he's doing to them. These random bandits attack the Chinese, and oh my god, y'all boys should have stayed home. Back to our main characters, and the kid is using the dog to help steal food. And I might as well explain why he's outside alone with no parents. Basically, he lived at like a temple, but it was attacked because the Chinese are actually hunting him to use as a sacrifice for the whole emperor immortality thing. So yeah, that boy had to get out of there. Kota brings his food to this shrine to cook it, but discovers he is not alone. He tries to tell No Name off, but it ain't happening. Meanwhile, the Chinese are collaborating with the natives to find him. They point to that shrine because they can see the fire from afar as Tobimaru offers his share of food to No Name. Let's speed this up a little bit. The ops make their way to No Name and Kotaru. They tell No Name not to interfere, but he does anyway, taking out the first guy with a hot pot to the face. And this dude, he got taken out by a Shiba. Fucking dork. We gotta lock in because one of the Chinese is here and he ain't come to play. No Name struggles at the beginning, almost falling victim to this poison dagger, but it was easy claps once he leaned up in his chair. Tobimaru is falling ill to the poison and the kid is pretty stressed. No Name's about to leave because this is way too much commotion, but Kota bribes him, so now he's taking them to go get treatment. Then he's supposed to safely escort them to a temple. No Name asks Kota why he's being chased, but the kid really has no idea. We cut to this scene where the Japanese are discussing their terms with the Chinese, but none of this really matters. Just remember the fact that I told you their entire plan is to catch and sacrifice Kota. What you should know is that they aren't exactly sharing this information and both parties are actively plotting against each other. They go to discover the bodies of their fallen comrades, only for the Japanese men to draw their swords against the one Chinese man. Later on, we get a scene where the Chinese discuss this and correctly guess that the Japanese were behind it. This underlying conflict will snowball into something bigger later on, so keep that in mind. They make it to a medicine man and he treats the dog, suggesting that they make sure he drinks water. No Name then goes out the next morning to find a new saddle for the horse because the current Chinese one is too distinct and may draw attention. I do want to mention that No Name killed the Chinese guy without drawing his sword, and he actually has the hilt of the sword tied to the scabbard to prevent him from opening it. It seems like he doesn't want to kill, but in that particular situation, the enemy was just too dangerous and violent to subdue quietly. While he's in town, he runs into the blonde guy from earlier, and for some reason, he sees No Name and wants to challenge him to a battle. No Name swiftly avoids all of his attacks before they circle each other in preparation to clash. Fortunately, Lu Lang, the blonde guy, gets the news about the two Chinese that have died, so the fight ends there. But just know, they will cross swords again. No Name heads back to the hideout and we actually get to learn a bit about him. He's not just any vagabond. He formerly served under some lord where he had to fight wars, and I'm not sure at what point he decided to put away his sword, but it's clear he's a gentle soul born with a natural talent for combat. Him and Kotaru bond a bit, and he even teaches the kid how to ride a horse. As this is happening, Lu Lang challenges this guy who's actually one of the Japanese generals to a sparring match. And I ain't gonna say too much, but one of them needed bandages after. He speaks about how powerful Lang was to his wife and tells her that he's only met one man with such power. But let me cover a few important details to keep you up to speed. First of all, they didn't kill the second Chinese guy, they only took him hostage. They tortured him with very little success, only to discover that the Chinese use some sort of medicine that causes them not to feel pain. And after getting him off the stuff, he was quick to tell them everything they wanted to know regarding why they came and the whole spill. No Name and Kotaro take a bath as No Name reveals that he uses some nut extract to dye his natural red hair black. And we also learn that his real name is Nanashi. He successfully takes the kid to the temple, collecting his reward. They say their goodbyes and everything is happy. Sadly, niggas be snakes. It turns out the monk that was on his side the entire time was not on his side and was a double agent for the Chinese. The Chinese are taking him to this fortress where they have the whole ritual set up. But at this point, their plan is well known to everyone, so they got some fighting to do. It's so funny because the Chinese are just depicted as these monsters that no Japanese man could ever hope to defeat. Look at what he's doing to them. Nanashi notices one of the injured Japanese soldiers, so he runs back to check on the kid. He interrogates the monk and he confesses to selling the boy out. The monk tells No Name that he would have done the same thing in his shoes, as we get a flashback of his past, hinting towards the idea that No Name was confronted with a decision to either follow the rules or stay true to his own values. He cuts the monk's holy cloth, telling him he has no right to wear it as he goes to save the boy. The Japanese soldiers arrive shortly after, and I guess the monk couldn't deal with the guilt. But let me go ahead and set the stage. All the Chinese are guarding this fortress to complete the ritual. Lang actually kidnaps the Japanese ruler or leader or whatever, and with the help of more of his buddies, kills all the commanders but one, which is this guy. Once the Japanese get word of this, they're quick to make their way to the fortress as well. So just to refresh, we have 3 different parties heading to this fortress for the final battle. And as you can see, Kota is already tied up to the altar. Once the Japanese arrive, this guy actually kills his own leader because this commander guy wants to take over for himself. And I just want to let y'all know, this guy really likes the princess, and that's all he wants in exchange for his loyalty. They storm the fortress and the battle begins. This girl comes out swinging as she kills a few Japanese soldiers. Her friend is supporting her with arrows from the top of the gate, but she ain't know they had phase members in Japan. Good shot, man, good shot. Maybe you really can have the princess. Nah, I'm playing. Don't worry though, they end up getting her. The battle progresses as more of the Japanese and Chinese individually die, and basically we're left with the 1v1. Lu Lang versus General Guy. Nanashi and Tobimaru arrive, but this explosion causes some destruction, so he's trapped under this rubble. We finally get more information about why he doesn't want to draw his sword. It seems like at some point in his career, he had to take the lives of these 2 children, and it just made him not want to fight anymore, which is pretty understandable. He snaps back into consciousness and it's time to save the day. He rushes to save Kota as he slashes through this Chinese soldier to make his way to the boy. Nanashi, sensing he won't make it in time, throws his blade to kill the remaining soldier before he takes Kota's life. We cut to the final battle between Commander Guy and Lu Lang, and these boys are really throwing hands, but it don't matter because this old man interrupts as he swiftly puts a bullet in Commander Guy's chest, ordering Lu Lang to come quickly because the kid is escaping. Lu notices the sword with the tie on it and suspects that Nanashi is somewhere nearby. Meanwhile, he meets with Kota, but it's not soon before he's attacked by these 2 Chinese guys. They dance around a little bit as he avoids all their attacks. However, he's unarmed, so the best he can do is wait for an opportunity to strike. Kota throws him one of the swords dropped by the Chinese and he quickly makes it a 1v1. But in the process, he gets blood in his eyes, so things aren't looking so good. He and this guy take a fall where only one of them managed to survive. Liu Lang is impressed with his abilities as Tobimaru and Kota try to help Nanashi cause he's hanging onto this ledge. The old man tries to pull the same stunt from earlier, but Liu like, nah, I low-key need this fade. He yells at Liu Lang, asking if he's seeking immortality, telling him that it would be a waste for someone like him. But Liu kills him and asks a very important question.
Haven't you lived long enough, old man?
All of these stories about ancient rulers obsessing over immortality, and none of them took a second to realize that maybe they shouldn't. Let's get to the important stuff. Nanashi uses the snow to rub the blood out of his eyes, and we prepare for the final battle. Liu offers him medicine to ease the pain, but Nanashi says he'd rather fight with the pain cause it makes him feel more alive. The two warriors stand off and it's that time. Just take a second to look at this freeze frame though. This man is hungry. And finally, they clash. Each fighter trading blows, with every strike being more deadly than the last. And you can see the visible excitement on Lang's face. For likely the first time in his entire life, he's finally found someone who can match his power and he's about to enjoy this battle to its fullest extent. They pick up the pace. Nanashi slashes his forehead as he loses his blade with Lang stuck in his arm. Lang picks up his opponent's weapon as he comes crashing down while Nanashi pulls the blade from his arm to meet Lang's strike. At this point, both of these fighters are working with a broken sword, so this fight can't go on too much longer. Lang hits some crazy flip with the momentum from his previous strike as both fighters prepare for their final attack. And we have a winner! Lang comments on how he's never felt the pain of a blade before taking his final breath. But listen up, twin. If you aren't gonna watch this movie cause I just spoiled most of it, at least watch the fight on YouTube. There is no combination of words I could use to express how amazing it really is. The movie concludes as we see Kotaro riding the horse with Nanashi on his shoulder. How poetic. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. My only complaint is the fact that I kinda wanted to know more about Nanashi's past, but that's whatever. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and comment my slime to let me know. And for those who were expecting my next video to be Eden of the East, don't worry bruh, I'm still gonna drop that video. I just finished the script and it's looking like a long one, man. I just wanted to give y'all a little something in between time, you feel me? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop me a like and have a good day, slime.
Yeah, take it off the earth. I'm for real as fuck. I'll take a nigga off my turf. I'm for real as fuck. Tell me why these niggas never learn. I'm for real as fuck. Try this shit, my nigga, you get burned. I'm for real as fuck. Bitch, I'm with my bro, we taking turns. I'm for real as fuck. I'm up in her gut, she say it hurt. I'm like, bitch, T up. I go get the bag and then I